Now, there are some identities which we have learned when we were in grade 9 and 10. Remember? Cosec, sec, and cot. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. But for you, they are being introduced here. So cosec, you know, it is nothing but 1 upon sine theta, right? It's the reciprocal of sine. So it becomes hypotenuse upon opposite. Sec is the reciprocal of cos. So that becomes hypotenuse upon adjacent. And cot is the reciprocal of tan. So it becomes adjacent upon opposite. Clear?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So this makes it 6 identities here. Then 7th one. You remember this sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Now from that only, that becomes the 7th identity. From that, we are going to derive this one. What we're supposed to do is divide this entire thing by sine square theta. So sine square theta upon sine square theta like this, and cos square theta upon sine square theta, right? So, and this one becomes 1 upon sine square theta. So this sine square theta and this sine square theta gets cut. So you get a 1. Cos theta upon sine theta is cot theta. So you get a cot square theta. And 1 upon sine square theta becomes a cosec square theta. So understood the derivation of the second formula?
Yeah.
Okay. So that becomes the 8th identity for you. All right. 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta. In the same way, earlier in the previous one, we took this identity and divided by sine square theta. Now we'll take the same identity and we are going to divide by cos square theta. Same identity. So what will happen? This cos square theta, this cos square theta gets cancelled. That becomes a 1. Sine upon cos will become what?
Tan.
Tan. So that becomes tan square theta. 1 upon cos?
Sec.
Sec. So that becomes sec square theta. So ye 7th, 8th and 9th identity are related. It's good to know the derivation, but anyways, you need to memorize all 3 of them. So whatever we are learning here, it has to be at your fingertips. Okay. These identities have to be at your fingertips. You have to memorize them. Okay?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then comes, this is another one. This we already know. This comes from the last year only. It is tan theta is equal to sine upon cos and cot theta is cos upon sine. So since we use this also at a lot of times, that also is converted into identities only. So 10th and 11th identity now we understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's come to the 12th, 13th and 14th. Okay. So if we are doing sine 180 minus theta, what do we get?
Sine theta.
Sine theta. Why are we getting that? Let me just quickly tell you this. 180 minus theta is this only coming in this quadrant, the second quadrant.
Yeah.
Right? So 180 minus theta is sine theta. Cos 180 minus theta. So you get the same thing when so if this is sine, you get sine only. If this is cos, you get cos only. If this is tan, you get tan only. But basis ASTC, second quadrant sine is taken. So in second quadrant, what is the thing that what is the sign that you will get? So you remembering ASTC?
Yeah, it's positive.
It should
But when we come to cos and we do the same thing, then how will it be minus? Because A is also in the first quadrant, right? So over there, all are positive.
So we are talking about 180 minus theta, which means we are talking only about the second quadrant. So everything in the second quadrant except the sign will be negative.
Yeah.
So that's why cos and tan both are showing a negative sign.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, next comes to the 90 minus theta type one, all these formulas. You remember these are complementary angles. So sine would turn to cos, cos would turn to sine, and tan would turn to cot. That is clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. And 90 minus theta, you remember, these are complementary angle formulas. So sine whatever is here, that becomes the theta. That same thing is here. So if it is 90 minus 60, so it becomes sine 90 minus 60 is same as cos 60, right? Cos 90 minus theta is sine theta. Cos will turn to sine and tan would turn to cot. So with the same thetas as it is in the side, this side. So again, so we are done with the 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 identities done, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then comes the sine minus theta. With the when the minus sign is inside with the theta. Now this is a fourth quadrant. See, if we go clockwise, we take plus theta, right? Plus theta. If we go anti-clockwise, we start taking minus theta. It's that one, right? So this will become sine cos tan. As it is, it will remain sine cos tan. Only in the fourth quadrant, what is positive?
Cos.
So the cos remains positive, except that everything has a negative sign. So 20 identities, something which we have seen last year also in P1 also, right? Now we are coming to the new identities, which we'll be using very often now, okay? Shall we start?
Yeah.
These are the new identities for P3. The first one is called as double angle identities. Double angle means, that's the first formula, sine 2a. 2a means this is double, whatever the angle, whatever a is, uska double, okay? If that is the case, your formula would become 2 sin a cos a. इसको डबल एंगल भी बोल सकते हैं, इसको हाफ एंगल भी बोल सकते हैं. कहने का मतलब यहां पर अगर 2a है तो ऑब्जर्व यहां क्या हो जा रहा है, हाफ ऑफ दैट, राइट? सो अगर मैं इधर जस्ट अ वेरिएशन इफ आई डू 4a, what will it become? 2a. If I do 6a, what will it become?
3a.
So you understand इसको हम डबल एंगल क्यों बोलते हैं या हाफ एंगल भी बोलते हैं?
Go in cos also the same one.
हाँ, so cos के लिए different formula है, but you understand that sine में what is the?
No, I mean this formula only when cos, we add a cos also.
We have a cos also. So the 2a, so this is an a and this is an a.
So the 2 is getting multiplied by both.
This 2 is being multiplied by both. Yeah, 2 sine a cos a. I'll just show you the formula once more. The double angle formula is, identity is sine 2a is 2 times sine of a into cos of a. So they are all being multiplied. Whatever is the angle here, उसका half हो जाएगा. तो अगर ये 60 है तो ये 30 होगा और ये भी 30 होगा. And this 2 is being multiplied with the entire thing. ठीक है?
Yeah. Can you show the sine 4a?
Sine 4a. हाँ. I'll show you all variations. Sine
so
4a.
Over here, when we get sine 4a, why are we multiplying it with 2 again? Shouldn't it be with 4 now?
Acha, no. Okay. Only the angle changes. This is the theta. So only the theta becomes half here. Or in other words, I can say that theta is doubled here. So whatever is the theta here, that is double. Baki 2 sine cos is, if you see, it's constant everywhere. 2 sine cos. The changes are happening only in theta. Okay?
Yeah.
So these are just variations. आपको क्या याद रखना है? आपको सिर्फ sin 2a is equal to 2 sin a cos a याद रखना है. And keep in mind that you will be doing variations in these. You may get a question on variations in these. ठीक है? And we can call it a double angle identity also. We can call it a half angle identity also. Okay, na? Now coming to another question, another identity. This is the second identity now. Cos 2a. If you see, हम अब double angle 2a और tan का भी हम 2a निकालेंगे आगे. Cos 2a can be का formula. The main formula is cos square a minus sin square a. Minus, okay? Cos square a minus sin square a. Now, I want you to try something. In place of sine, can you please use the identity, this one, replace cos with 1 minus, replace sine with 1 minus cos square and give me the new identity. What you will get? You get for cos 2a.
Um, 2 cos square a minus 1.
1 second, something has come in front of the screen. Say it again, sorry.
2 cos square a minus 1.
2 cos square a minus 1. Is this what you're getting?
Yeah.
Now replace in this identity only. अभी आपने sin square को हटाया. Now remove cos square a using same identity as you have used earlier. Cos square a plus sin square is equals to 1.
One minus 2 sin square a.
1 minus 2 sin square a आ गया?
Yeah.
आ गया? So cos 2a, the main formula is this. These two are again like a variation, okay? Using that identity of which one? Which identity? Sin square a plus cos square a is equals to 1. ठीक है? So उसको यूज करते हुए एक बार आपने sin square को रिप्लेस किया और एक में आपने cos square को रिप्लेस किया. So we will be using both of these, all three of these, depending on the question. ठीक है? In this also, if you observe, this was 2a और ये सब a हैं. So what could be the other variations now? See, cos 2a, what are the other variations? This is a and a. तो cos 4a होगा तो क्या होगा?
Over here we don't have to multiply by 2.
No, because we are now cos has a separate formula only, another identity, different identity.
So cos 4a is cos square 2a minus
cos square 2a
square 2
minus sin square 2a. Very good. And 6a होगा तो क्या होगा?
Cos square 3a minus sin square 3a.
Cos square 3a minus sin square 3a. By chance this is not a, it's not an even number. तब क्या करेंगे? Suppose ये a होता सिर्फ तो, if this was a, then what we'll do? If this was a only, then ये क्या हो जाएगा?
There won't be a then at all.
Then it will be a by 2 and a by 2. Okay. If the angle is 45 degree, then the half would be 22.5. ठीक है ना? Got it?
Yeah.
अच्छा. Now coming to the cos का ही another formula, which was cos 2a is equal to 2 cos square a minus 1. Remember this formula?
Yeah.
तो यहाँ पर अगर 4a होगा तो क्या होगा ये?
2 cos square 2a minus 1.
2 cos square 2a minus 1, right? And 6a होगा तो what change only will happen?
2 cos square 3a minus 1.
3a, right. 2 cos square 3a minus 1. So this is clear?
Yeah.
So in the same way, there's a third variation for where in the third identity for cos 2a, this is the formula. Cos 2a is equal to 1 minus 2 sin square 2a, sin square a. So agar ye 2a hai, so what will happen here? A, right? If this is 3a, sorry, if this is 4a, then what will happen here?
2a.
If this is 6a, then what will happen here?
3a.
3a. Clear हुआ? Variations are also clear?
Okay.
Now coming to the tan double angle formula. Double angle identity. Tan 2a is 2 tan a upon 1 minus tan square a. Okay. How do we get tan a? उसका भी एक derivation होता है that you do sin 2a upon cos 2a. So when you divide all of this, you get this सब जगह tan. But again, we are not going to, because anyways we have to memorize all of these. This has to be on our tips. We will be using them very often. So we will remember them as a formula only. Derivation is good to know. So tan 2a is 2 tan a 1 minus tan square a. 2a, look at the angles. Look at these angles. What is happening here?
Half.
Half ho ja raha hai. So 2a and 2 tan a 1 minus tan square a. Let's understand the variations. If this is 4a,
2 tan 2a upon 1 minus tan square 2a.
Very good. If this is 6a, then
2 tan 3a upon 1 minus tan square 3a.
Perfect. So this much is clear. These double angle identities are clear.
Yeah.
Now we move to the compound angle identities. Okay. Compound angle means with one double angle was when we in the same thing you have two same angles, right? Here compound angles means A plus B, theta plus alpha, alpha plus beta, you know, these like these. So two different angles which are being added together. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now what's the formula? Now इधर ध्यान रखना है. Sin A plus B is sin A cos B. Then you put a plus sign. अगर यहाँ plus है, so you will put a plus sign. Okay. Cos A sin B. Again, another one to memorize. I'll repeat. Sin A plus B will be sin A cos B. If there's a plus sign inside, you put a plus sign. Cos A sin B. Then you swap them. पहले एक को A लिया, दूसरे को B लिया, फिर दूसरे को A लिया और sin को B ले लिया. Clear?
Yeah.
If this is, the variation would be if this is a negative. If this is negative, then inside you put a negative sign in between them. Rest everything remains the same. Okay? Okay. Now, cos A plus B. Cos A plus B का formula is little different. यहाँ पर क्या था? It was sin A cos B, right? But if you look at cos A plus B formula, it is cos A cos B. So both coses together first and both sines together later. Okay? Point is understood? But also if there is a plus here, you put a minus here. If it's a minus here, you put a plus here. Opposite sign dalna.
Okay. And in the first one, it could be minus also, or is it always plus?
It is
the actual formula.
The actual formula.
I mean, could it be sin A minus B also?
Sin B minus AB. So that B is treated as A and A is treated as B then.
No, I'm saying sin A minus B. Can that happen?
Sin A minus B, yes, yes. That is why we've written A. अगर ये plus नहीं हो करके, if this is a minus sign, then you will change the entire formula. Everything remains same except there is a minus here.
Okay.
Do you want me to write that down? I'll just write it. Suppose it is sin. This is what you're asking, A minus B?
Yeah.
That means it will become sin A as it is, cos B as it is. But instead of the plus sign which is here, you put a minus sign. And minus cos A sin B. Okay?
Yeah.
Everything else remains the same, right? Same thing here. This plus minus signs that I put in red, that means the same thing. Okay. Now coming to cos of a plus b, we are talking about. So if there's a plus sign in the identity, the right hand side, you will have a minus sign. Okay. And if it is a minus sign, you have to have an identity with a plus sign. Okay. On the right hand side, which means I'm writing cos a minus b. That will become pehle cos a cos b. Baad mein sin a sin b. And in between, because this was minus, you will put a plus sign here. You put opposite signs. This one is clear?
Yeah. 1 second.
You're writing them down, right?
Yeah.
Then next comes your tan. Shall we move to tan now?
You are not doing tan right now.
I was doing cos. I just did cos.
Okay. I wrote tan.
Okay. Tan भी समझ लेते हैं एक बारी. Tan a plus b. Okay. So it will be tan a plus tan b upon 1 minus tan a tan b, which means numerator is the same sign, denominator has an opposite sign. Okay. So let's do this with a negative sign. If it is tan a minus b, then what should I write the formula as?
Tan a minus tan b upon 1 plus tan a tan b.
Tan a minus tan b upon
1 plus tan a tan b.
Plus tan a tan b. Correct? Right? Clear?
Yeah.
All right. So this much is understood. These are the identities which we are looking at when we are doing this chapter today. Okay. Now we come to equation solving. Okay. Now, if you look at this question, just an idea for you. You remember solving, this is also what we have learned, a quick like a revision of what we have learned last year. So you remember a question like this, how would you solve a question like this? If it is given 3 sin x plus 4 cos x is equals to 0.
We take it to the other side.
You take this to the other side. Okay, so this becomes a negative.
Yeah.
Okay, then what will happen? You're supposed to solve for x. So मुझे थोड़ा process बताओ इसको. इसको एक बार करोगे? Just to revise through.
Yeah.
Do it.
So x is tan inverse of 4 upon 3 or tan inverse of minus 4 upon
3. Okay.
So then we'll take tan inverse of 4 upon 3.
Then?
That is, we need it in degrees or radians?
Because our domain here is given in degrees, so we are going to go ahead with degrees only.
Uh, 53.1 degrees.
53.13 degrees.
And this is negative, the base is negative. So we are going to take
and then you do
S
what?
and C.
And the range, the domain is given only up till 180 degrees. So will you go beyond in the third quadrant?
No.
No, you won't, right? Right?
Yeah.
So which quadrants, first and second only?
Yeah.
Perfect. So this is understood, right? Any confusion?
No.
We'll come to the questions now, which are going to be a part of this year. Okay. Okay. So you will see a lot of questions which are like this. For example, past papers. Here, this question. Do you see this?
Yeah.
What does it say? Read it.
Read it. Express root 6 cos theta plus 3 sin theta in the form r cos theta minus alpha, where r is greater than 0 and alpha is 0 degree to 90 degree. State the exact value of r and give alpha correct to 2 decimal places.
To 2 decimal places. So what are we supposed to do here? There is something given to us here, some expression दिया हुआ. This is an expression here, which is cos theta and sin theta. And we have to turn this into what kind of formula is this? ये क्या है ये? ये compound angle है? Is this compound angle?
Yeah.
Right? Compound angle means two angles जहाँ पर A and B, right? तो यहाँ पर A and B नहीं बोल करके theta and alpha बोला, right? And there is some R value here, and it is saying R is greater than 0 and alpha is between 0 and 90 degrees. So you understand why we revised through the previous ASTC thing, because we are going to use it here also. Alpha की value हमको निकालनी होगी, which is between the, it's given only in the first quadrant. So that we have to figure out and give the values. So how are we going to solve such questions is what we are learning now. Okay. So for our question, it is 3 sin theta plus 4 cos theta. We are supposed to convert it in the form of r sin theta plus alpha. R is given greater than 0. Alpha is between 0 and 90 degrees. Clear? Similar question है ना ये? Okay. So अभी हमको करना क्या है? इन questions को हमको एक technique follow करना है. ठीक है? There is a technique that we have to follow here. What is the technique? 3 sin theta plus 4 cos alpha को इस form में लाना है. So first of all, we know that this is an identity. ये वाला part is an identity. Am I right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. This part is an identity. ये वाला part. Okay. What is that identity? Can you tell me?
Sin A plus B.
And can you tell me how it is on the right hand side?
Sin A cos B plus cos A sin B.
Okay, so let's open it. Sin A cos B cos A sin B, and there's a plus sign in between because there's a plus sign here. Right? Thus A और B की जगह theta and alpha आ गया. Theta and alpha, correct?
Yeah.
Right? Now we are going to open up the bracket. हमने क्या क्या किया? पहले स्टेप में ये स्टेप को याद कर लेना. What we just did, we have to bring this in this form. So for this part, we applied the compound angle formula. Okay? And we will open up the bracket. So every question you're going to do the same thing. We'll open up the bracket. Okay? So what do you get? R sin theta cos alpha.
Yeah.
And then यहाँ पर भी R आ गया cos theta sin alpha. Correct? Now इसमें से this part has sin theta equated to this, the one which had a sin theta. ठीक है? Did you get this? ये वाला part में आपके पास sin theta था और इधर sin theta किसमें? इसमें है. Equate these two, which means 3 sin theta is equal to this whole thing, r cos alpha sin theta. ठीक है? This sin theta gets cancelled. So I know now that 3 is equal to r cos alpha. समझ आया?
I am equating them.
Because there is no other way out. हमको दोनों, उन्होंने बोला है कि इसको इस फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करना है. तो हमको उस फॉर्म में कन्वर्जन करने के लिए हमारे पास और कोई तरीका नहीं है. हमें जब इधर साइन थीटा का कंपोनेंट है, दैट मींस ये वाला पार्ट ये होना चाहिए और ये वाला पार्ट ये होना चाहिए. We are equating it because the question is asking us to bring them to the same like they have to be equated. They have to be equal. We have to express this in this form. इसलिए हम ये काम कर रहे हैं. We have to express one into the other. That is why we are equating them, right?
Okay.
Step is clear?
Yeah.
पहला step क्या था?
We'll use the compound angle formula and then open the bracket.
Superb.
And then equate it to the main equation.
And then equate it. Okay. तो जब हमने equate किया तो हमें क्या मिला? What did we get? 3 sin 3 is equal to r cos alpha मिला यहाँ पर, और यहाँ क्या मिला? 4 is equal to r sin alpha, because यहाँ भी same चीज हुई. This whole thing was equal to this, was equated to this. So cos theta cancelled. 4 is equal to r sin alpha. Clear?
Yeah.
Now this is our step 1. अभी हमारा काम खत्म नहीं हुआ, अभी अब काम शुरू होगा. Okay? अब हमारा पहला step है. What are we supposed to do now? To find alpha, you will divide. What are you going to divide? ये जो दो equations मिले आपको. This is your equation 1 and this is your equation 2. So you're going to divide them. Okay? ठीक है? To find alpha, you divide. तो कोई भी ले लो, किसी भी साइड को ऊपर ले लो, doesn't matter. R upon R, because it is R. So I took sin alpha first because I wanted to convert it into tan. So sin alpha upon R cos alpha. R sin alpha was 4. R cos alpha was 3. So 4 upon 3.
Yeah.
Right? और इसके बाद ये ASTC का पूरा प्रोसेस स्टार्ट हो जाएगा आपका. You figure out what is the value of alpha. Tan inverse 4 by 3. You get 53.13 because and the given range is 0 to 90 degree. So you figure out which angle. What angle? Which quadrant, which angle? Alpha की value निकल गई.
Then so I don't think this will also be a value because it says 0 to 90, right?
हाँ. So 0 to 90. 50.
Positive over here. Yeah. In that question, the base angle was negative.
हाँ. हाँ. But ये वाला ये हो जाएगा. This is clear?
Yeah.
ये तो हो जाएगा because यहाँ पे तो question ही different है. It is positive. Okay. So you got your alpha value. So that what was the question?
We have to find R also.
Right. We have to find R as well. तो हमारा एक part हो गया. State the value of R and give value of alpha. Alpha हमने यहाँ पे निकाल लिया. Alpha हमने यहाँ पे निकाल लिया. This is clear. Alpha is done. Now figure out R. So for R, to find R, you have to square both equations and add. Okay? So your one equation was R cos alpha, you square it. So what do you get? R square cos square alpha is equal to 16. Your second equation is R sin alpha is equal to 3. So you square it, you get R square sin square alpha is equal to 9. Clear why?
So which equations are we taking? The ones we found over there?
The ones we found in the very first step. These are the equations. These are the equations which will remain with us now throughout. Equation 1 and 2. Okay?
So we square both sides.
Now we are going to square both of them. Okay? Equation 1
like
and 2.
Square LHS and RHS both.
LHS and RHS both. Square both sides. Okay? So when you square it, this is what you got. These two.
I think it's the other way around. Like it was R sin
alpha is equal to 4 and R cos
4.
alpha is
You wrote 3 for that.
One second, let me check. Achha, okay. Let me change. This was 3, right?
Yeah.
And this is 4, right? 4, this becomes, one second. This was, say it again, it just vanished.
Yeah, sine square is 4 and that's 3.
So this becomes 9 and this becomes 16. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Acha. Now we just squared here. Now we are going to add them. Okay? So for after adding, what happens? So what do you get? R square cos square alpha plus R square sine square alpha is equal to 16 plus 9. Right? Can we take R square common?
Yeah.
What do you get inside? Cos square alpha sine square alpha is equal to 25.
Yeah.
So what do you get here? R square into 1 is equal to
So that formula sine square theta plus cos square theta, we can use it here also for
yes,
alpha.
yes, 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 yes. We have to use that only. Correct?
Okay.
So you get 25. Now R square is equal to 25. So R is equal to plus minus 5.
Yeah.
But in the question, there was something mentioned.
R is greater than 0.
Perfect. So what do we do now?
It's only 5.
Only 5. So alpha is 53.13 degrees. R is 5. So 3 sine theta plus 4 cos theta is equal to 5 sine theta plus, you got your alpha 5. Jahan R tha, that there you put this 5. And jahan sine theta plus alpha, you got 53.13. You'll write that value.
So we have to write it in this form.
We have to, because that was the question. Express 3 sine alpha, theta plus cos 4 cos theta in the form of r sine theta plus alpha. That was the question. Clear?
Yeah.
Then it says, further to that, show you here also.
This was just a 3-marker and it was so long.
And it is so long, yeah. And then the next part is 4 markers. So this whole thing is a 7 marker kind of. This whole entire thing that we're learning is like a 7-mark question. The further to it, it says, hence solve equation, whatever the equation was given to you earlier. This is the root 6 cos theta plus 3 sine theta. Na? So here they have done some changes to that only and asked you to figure out if that is equal to 2.5 for, you have to solve the equation for this. So you have to basically find the value for x. Okay? So in the same way, hence 3 sine theta plus 4 cos theta is equal to 2 that you're supposed to solve. Okay, so there's a extra part to this question. अब देखो इसको कैसे solve करेंगे? Now this can be solved just by ASTC in this particular question. Now that you know that 3 sine x plus 4 cos x is equal to what we just found out, is form में लेके आ गए थे हम लोग?
Yeah.
Right? So can I say that this whole thing is equal to 2? So now figure out the answer. This rest of the thing you know. Figure out the answer.
So entire theta plus 53.13 is sine inverse of 2 upon 5, right? We won't take 53.13 that side.
Okay. So say it again. What did you say? I missed out.
So 23.58 degree is equal to theta plus 53.13, right?
What's your final answer? uske baad I will tell you the steps that you have to show when it is going to come now.
I didn't get to the final answer. No, I got 23.58 by doing sine inverse 2/5.
Don't look at my steps. You just do your, then I will explain what these steps are and how you have to show.
And then I left theta plus 53.13 on one side.
Okay.
So now what do I do?
Okay, so now for such questions, no, we have to follow certain steps, and these steps would, because if you saw in the question, this is carrying a 4 mark, right? So they want a particular way in which you have to show the steps. So shall I explain that to you now?
Yeah.
The concept is what you learned last year only. Only a few important things which they were not very particular about last time. Now they're very, very particular this year. Okay. So what it says, ध्यान से सुनना. It says the range is given from 0 to, the domain is given, theta is from 0 to 180, right? But here, what are you finding? Theta plus 53.13, correct? Right? But the domain is given for what? Domain is given
theta.
for what? For theta. So first of all, we have to make this has to be changed in such a way that you get the domain for this and not just theta. Okay. So to get this, what changes do we need to do? Theta plus 53.13, right? That is what you need to do. Theta plus 53.13. If you add theta by 53.13, then you have to do the same thing here and here also. So 0 plus 53.13, and यहाँ 180 में भी आपको 53.13 add करना पड़ेगा.
Yeah.
Correct. Now this is your new range for theta plus 53.13. Okay. This is clear. So whenever this you see such a case, this is the first thing that is expected from you. Clear? Okay. Now the next thing that you need to do, you have to consider this whole thing as A. So your sine A is 2/5. Okay. So which means A is how much? Let this whole thing be A and then figure out what is A. Nikal loge ye?
Yeah.
So now the A value is sine inverse of 2/5. Okay. Now you have to consider a base angle first. All right. What we learned last year. From that A, because A can have multiple values, right? But the base angle will have only one value.
Yeah.
Right? So अब हम सबसे पहले base angle. This alpha means the base angle. So instead of finding A, we are finding the base angle first. So that calculation you have to show with sine inverse of 2/5, your base angle comes out to be 23.58. ठीक है? ठीक है? 23.58, which means either it is this one or this one.
Yeah.
Right? Which means your A is 23.58. Or it is going to be, if it is this one here, it is going to be 156.42.
Yeah.
But that is A. ठीक है? और A क्या, हमको तो theta निकालना है ना finally. We have to find out theta, right? So what are we going to write? That means theta plus 53.18 is either this or this or whatever, जितने हिसाब से range दिया होगा वो सारे values आप लिखते चले जाओगे, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But what happens is it says, see, your range only starts from 53.18 to 23.18. Okay? So that will come to that later. So theta plus 53.18 can't be this value because theta plus 53.18 starts from 53.18. So this is out of range.
Yeah.
Okay. So Theta plus 53.18 is 156.42. So if you want to find out theta, that will be minus this.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll stop there only because as per the range given to us, A का range हमारे पास 53.18 से लेकर के 233.18 तक ही है. That's it. We can't go beyond that. Okay. So I'll repeat these steps. Every step which I'm telling you here is extremely, extremely important now. Okay. So step 1, what did we do? For the second part I'm talking. This whole thing, it doesn't match the range which is given here. Right? Right? So we have to modify this. Modify करने के लिए, you do accordingly whatever changes needs to be done. So since it was just theta, theta plus 53.18. Here it is, then same thing has to be done here and here. So we added. So we got a new range. Then we call this entire thing as A and figured out the base angle for that. And from that, we found out what are the various values of A. And that A was nothing but theta plus 53.18. So you figured out that theta finally kya hoga, basis your range. Clear?
Yeah.
You've noted down everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now note down this question and try to solve it on your own.
How much time does it take, or should it be taken for the 7 marker entirely?
अभी तो टाइम के लिए टेंशन मत लो, अभी आप सॉल्व करो, वो अपने आप स्पीड आ जाती है. व्हेन यू स्टार्ट सॉल्विंग ना, यू विल गेट. अभी accuracy is more important for us than the time. You will reach that speed once you are thorough with all of this.
I have to find R and alpha, right, in the first one?
R and alpha in the first one. And the second one, theta. You've noted down the question, right?
Yeah. Oh, the first part only.
Just a second. I wanted to paste a worksheet. That's why. Did you find it difficult?
What?
Did you find this difficult?
So far, no.
Oh, it's going to be easy. थोड़ा सा prior knowledge चाहिए, but if that part is clear, no, तो फिर ये this part is easy.
So is alpha 22.62 degree?
Alpha. 1 second.
What must Oh yeah.
Alpha is coming out to be 67.38.
Yeah, got it.
Then the next part says, hence solve this.
R is 13.
R is 13. Very good. Very good. ठीक है. अब आगे का part. Now you have to solve this. 5 sine 2 theta plus 12 cos 2 theta is equal to 11.
It's not the main equation, right?
No.
So how do we change that?
Um, one second. एक सेकंड का क्वेश्चन था. 5 sin is equal to x plus alpha. ठीक है. Okay. Which is theta plus alpha. So you will not do any changes. You will just take it as it is. The same thing. Same thing. You will just equate both of them.
Why?
It doesn't matter because theta can be 2 alpha. That x can be 2 times of theta. So say whatever it is sine 60 degree can be 2 times of 30 degree because that x and this theta are two different things. ठीक है ना?
Yeah.
But wherever there is x, you will replace that with 2 theta only. Okay? Because x is 2 theta, which means 60 degrees equal to, it's saying that 60 degrees equal to 2 times 30 degrees.
Hmm. Over here, did you make x 2 theta?
हाँ. Because the original equation was in terms of x, correct?
Yeah.
This was the original equation, but my question is in terms of 2 theta. So x is 2 theta. So wherever there is x, it becomes 2 theta. And the range is given for theta.
Yeah.
Correct? Right? So this part is given in the question is equals to 11. That's equal to 13 times sine 2 theta plus 67.38. Correct? But look at the domain which is given, 0 degree to 180 degree, which is not matching this. So we need to make the changes.
So are we like making it into 2 and then
Yes,
adding 67?
and then adding 67.38. Correct. First into 2 and then adding 67.38 in 2 steps.
That's 472.38.
Perfect. Because into 2 kara, so what that became 0 to 360 degree. And when you did adding 67.38, so that these two are being added. So यहाँ पर 67.38 हो गए, this becomes 472.38. Done?
Is it 122.2?
How is it 122.2? The final answer? Acha, acha. Okay.
And we are taking that 361 also.
We are taking, we have to take 2 to 3 values depending on the range, because finally हमें कौन सा हमारे range में आएगा, that we will have to see. Because finally say theta का range तो 0 to 180 degree दिया हुआ, right? So first you figure out from here, you will have to first figure out कि did you change this to alpha a first? A when a इसको a बनाया, this you made a.
Yeah.
Right? So that is 11 upon 6. So you must have got the base angle, 57.796.
Yeah.
So 57.796 में ये हो सकता है. So that we are figuring out from 67 to 427 for A. अभी भूल जाना है बाकी सब कुछ. For A के लिए we have to figure out. Okay. So 57. Then the next one which is 122 and the next one which is 57 plus 360, because एक बार ये होगा, फिर दूसरा ये होगा, और फिर तीसरा वापस.
Finally, we got 417.8 also, that we take, right?
हाँ, that we will take. Yes. तो अब पहला वाला हम नहीं ले सकते because this range only starts from 67. So 57 तो हम ले नहीं सकते. So this is out of question. So we start from here and here. Okay. After that A के 2 values अब हमारे पास आ गए. So theta निकालने के लिए अब हमको क्या करना पड़ेगा?
But we aren't taking the first one at all, right? Okay.
We aren't taking the first one because the thing only starts from 67 and first one is 57. So we can't take the first one. We take the second one and then all the way from here to here एक बार घूमने के बाद जो वो 360 में add हो जाएगा 57, that you will take.
Okay.
Got it now?
Yeah.
Huh.
Do I have to take the screenshot of that worksheet?
Of the worksheet now. Is it clear?
Oh, yeah. One second. Yeah, done.
ठीक है. Try doing this. There are more variations. अभी हो सकता है आपसे अभी एकदम से सारे questions होंगे या नहीं होंगे. we are going to do them. All right. Mostly they are similar to what I just taught you, but try doing this. And plus, this is like the thing which you will need this year, but there are other things also which I will give you the worksheets slowly, which you wo jo ki thoda easy level pe. Abhi I have straight away given you the main kind of questions. Okay, this is the worksheet on main type.